Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company of Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're going to have a 1v1 on Langreskaya. Our heroes today are going to be Only FARTO is Real, playing for the Germans. And we're going to have Mondry playing for the Soviets. So, again, off the bat, nothing unusual. Tier 1 for the German, no tier for the Soviet. And we see Mondry going for the left-hand side, capping over there, and Only FARTO capping the right-hand side. It is the usual capping order that you will see. You will see the northern player capture the right-hand side of the map, and you will see the southern player capture the left-hand side, at least at the beginning, obviously. And then, they'll spread out, they'll start capping over here, and, well, that's when the engagements commence. So anyways, two conscripts being produced off the bat for Mondry, and we have a Grenadier and MG being produced for Only FARTO. Let's just call him FARTO, I guess, even though, it's farts. But FARTO, we'll say. Anyways, so yeah, MG hitting the field right now. We'll see where it goes. Grenadiers going to the right-hand side, same as the Pioneers. Pioneers capturing that munitions point in the center. Conscripts capturing the munitions point. Well, I guess not in the center. This is the right-hand side, left-hand side, Center point is this victory point right here that controls the entirety of the road, So now we do see an incursion into the German territory by Mondry. His conscript squads are going to go and capture this strategic point. We do see the Pioneers jumped into the house, so no MG yet. The MG is still running around over here. They are going to take a little bit longer to get into that house, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see FARTO putting his MG in that house. Very strong position. Covers this point, covers this point, covers this point. So it's a very strong position for the northern player, which is why usually the northern player goes for the right. Conscripts capturing the strategic point and just running around to cap the next one. Pioneers taking some shots with their SMGs from the house, but not really doing much damage considering they are very long range. But now the Grenadiers are moving into position to start taking some shots on these conscripts. Conscripts are out in the open, and the Grenadiers are in light cover, so they're going to have that advantage. They do run into this blasted hole in the ground, getting themselves some light cover. And the infantry is now moving it, considering that they now have the support of the Pioneers. These conscripts are now on a losing battle, and we should probably see them retreat shortly. MG42 getting garrisoned in the house like we expected, taking some shots at the conscripts, suppressing them, and now they are definitely in a losing battle. Although they are getting supported by a second conscript squad, which is not gonna get there sufficiently in time. Okay, conscripts decide to vault over the fence rather than just walking around it, but, they look cooler doing it, so that is naturally the correct choice. MG42 still taking some shots, and these conscripts far range, that's a lot of range for an MG42. But they do manage to get into that ditch or hole in the ground, getting some light cover, and they are shooting at the Grenadiers, which are out in the open, so the Grenadiers are going to back away. They have the support of that MG, which is going to allow them to safely walk away without needing to retreat. And we heard that a Pioneer got killed somewhere. Here he goes. On retreat, apparently. Conscripts and a flamethrower equipped combat engineer executed a Pioneer for FARTO on the retreat. Or around here, I didn't check if it was retreating, but that flamethrower is being very effective, burning down these Grenadiers down to one man. Has to retreat it out of there before it loses that squad. MG42 is going to hold this position, getting the suppression on the conscripts, getting them pinned. They have to get out of there. No supporting units in the area, so they're just going to take unnecessary losses if they stay there. They do manage to make these squads retreat, so FARTO could potentially use this MG to cap the point, and is probably going to do so. MG still in this house, opening fire on some other squads over here. They got retreated, and there they go. So 3 conscript squads and engineers on the field for Mondry. We don't see any tech yet, but, well, it's not really a problem. Third Grenadier squad being produced for FARTO. We'll see where he sends that. Left-hand side of the map is still pretty much in control of Mondry. Conscripts again jumping into that ditch, taking some shots at those grenadiers. That MG42 though is not gonna allow Mondry to really make a good push into this side, so he's probably gonna have to focus on the left-hand side and cutting him off. So yeah, conscripts managed to make the grenadiers back off again. They're down to very low health, about 50% health, and still at 4 men, so each man is going to be very damaged and going to fall rather easily. MG42 a little bit more forward, catching conscripts out in the open. Conscripts get suppressed. The second squad moves out of the way, moves out of the arc, but the MG42 in this house could potentially start opening, and there it goes. Gets them suppressed. And is this one going to move? They are going to move. They're going to use this opportunity to capture the point. They might be able to capture the point, but they are not going to win this engagement precisely. Pioneers run on top of the conscripts, making them retreat, taking too much losses or too much damage. Down to 4 men. Conscript squad on the right-hand side did decap the point. Down to 5 men, getting shot by those grenadiers. They are still in light cover, gonna get shot by the MG. Will suppress them relatively soon, but they decide to retreat quickly as soon as the cap is done and not take, again, any unnecessary losses in manpower. So, very nice by Mondry, preserving his units. He still only has 3 conscripts and 1 combat engineer. He has teched straight to tier 3. So he went tier 1, tier 3, tier 1 being used in this situation because it is the cheapest building. It costs less than tier 2, even though tier 2 would give you, AT guns if you're going to be going for T-70s and T-34s. But this is potentially a T-70 rush, so we'll see how that works out. Up here in the munitions point, we see conscripts and grenadiers engaging pretty much point blank. None of them getting green cover from this car. Light cover for the grenadiers and no cover for the conscripts. But there is a second conscript squad chasing away that grenadier squad. Grenadier squad may... Well, there is one in the house, so they still have relatively the same as far as firepower. One conscript squad retreats, while the other one comes... While the third one comes into support. This conscript squad, however, is in heavy cover, so it's going to be able to take quite some punishment before they have to retreat. This one gets into light cover, kills one of the grenadiers, making them back off. But we have an MG42 and a third grenadier squad moving into position to continue this assault. Flamethrower engineer being used quite effectively or punishingly on this grenadier squad, down to 2 men, but the engineers are down to 2 men themselves, down to 1 man, and this grenadier squad has to hit retreat. Is he going to make it out of there? It looks like it doesn't. He catches on fire, and 1 grenadier squad is now down. Very nice by that combat engineer. Flamethrowers are brutal in this game. MG42 is going to jump into the house. House is going to get flamed a little bit by that combat engineer, but he is down to 1 man. Needs to be very careful with this one, or he's going to lose it. Flamethrower starts taking some shots. We do have a sniper on the field now for Mondry, which opens up on that house. Not sure if he got anybody. I don't think he did. But he's going to have pretty much free range. But the T-70 is now on the field and is going to go in force onto the house and make these guys get out of there. I doubt he's going to keep them in there for long. Pot shots going into the house, breaking holes in the house, revealing the cover, doing some damage. MG down to 1 man. Needs to get it out of there. He's going to lose that MG. Ooh. 1 more shot kills that, kills one of the grenadiers. Kills another grenadier. Grenadier fouls that T-70, but the T-70 is going to open up on the MG. No, MG manages to get itself out of there, but not before that T-70 destroys that grenadier squad in the front of the house. So 2 grenadier squads lost for only FARTO, which is a very severe blow at this point. Third one manages to retreat at 3 men, but we do have Panzer Grenadiers being produced now, potentially going to get themselves some Panzer Shreks to try to combat that T-70. We also have a scout car on the field for only FARTO. It could be upgraded with that autocannon to be able to not precisely kill, because obviously the T-70 has more armor and a stronger gun per shot than, even the autocannon. But it could keep it at bay, because those shots are going to eventually whittle down that armor. It has very low armor for a tank. So, needs to be careful against that autocannon. T-70 chasing a Pioneer. Is the Pioneer going to make it out of there? It is so far. Very lucky Pioneer squad. There it goes. Is he going to make it out? And he does. A volley of, actually just 1 Panzer Shrek goes off. Gets a hit on the T70 brings it about 60% health, but T70 is going to make it out of there without any real issues. I would suggest that autocannon, but he's not doing it. I'm not sure why. Maybe he doesn't think that it is sufficient to take out the T70, or he just wants it as anti-infantry. We have a mortar on the field, but that is for only FARTO. Landed a little bit too close to his own guys, but no real damage. Where is it? Over here. It's back at the base. And nice usage of the mortar is damaging them on the advance. Yeah, makes one of them retreat. Nice usage of the scout car. Ooh, sniper's getting caught out in the open by that scout car. Is he going to chase him down? However, ooh, he does get the 18-8. And there they go. Ooh, it actually gets abandoned. But there is an MG42 covering it, so I highly doubt that Mondry is going to be able to cap it. But what he can do, which he might be doing right now, is sending that T70 up front real quick to take a shot at that abandoned car and denying it from only FARTO. MG42 in the house catching the sniper out in the open, suppressing them but not pinning them. Sniper is going to crawl out of there. T70 moves into position to harass that MG. I would suggest that he instead just take a quick shot at that scout car. Combat engineers might be going for the... Oh, yeah, there we go. Nice. Good decision by Mondry. I have to agree with that. Since he wasn't going to be able to get it, he decides to kill it. Make sure that only FARTO can't simply recrew it. Sniper opening up on those Panzer Grenadiers. Ooh, nice mortar shot goes in on top of the snipers. Only kills one of the guys, though. So, lucky there for Mondry that he didn't lose his sniper, but that was a very nice shot. Full retreat now for only FARTO. He still has that MG in the house, which is holding the right-hand side of the map for him, but the sniper could potentially just start opening fire on that house. Still down to one man. I would suggest retreating it, healing it up, and getting reinforced. Snipers are very fragile and very expensive to lose. We do have a conscript squad, which, no, it's not brand new. It has tier 1, bet 1 and such, so, interesting. Conscripts at the front of the base getting mortared. Taking some potchas at them. Grenadier squad. Ooh, friendly fire from a Grenadier squad. But the Panzer Grenadier, Panzerschreck killed one of its own Grenadiers, so quite unfortunate there. Cutoff being used now, and only FARTO basically has only one sector in the field, providing him resources at the time, so very important thing to keep in mind in this map. It is it has very heavy, very brutal cutoff points on both sides that you need to be aware of. So, only FARTO pushing up front, recapturing the cutoff point to get those territories back on his control. He does need to control this munitions point since he doesn't have this northern point for some reason. Once he loses this, though, he's again not going to have the fuel connected. T70 manages to dislodge that annoying MG42 from this house. Doesn't get any real kills on it, so it's just going to back away. Is there a bunker here? There is not a bunker, so no bunker for medics yet. So it is still going to be a low health MG42. Small push being made by only FARTO into the center again, trying to get his munitions point back. But the combat engineers are deterring him a little bit. T70 is opening up on the pioneers in the center, capturing the victory point. T70 being supported by the sniper, very, very effective. Moving into position, gonna take another shot, and one man goes down. T70 gonna not open up on the pioneers because he lost vision from them. So he's going to have to back off a little bit. Needs to get more support. There's a second sniper on the field now for Mondry. It's going to be very effective against the Panzer Grenadiers, which are still on the field. But yeah, one volley takes it down to, 2 men. Second volley, you run the risk of losing the entire squad. So, after the first volley, you pretty much have to retreat that squad, denying their effectiveness against infantry and those Panzerschrecks. Conscripts on the right-hand side, decapping that fuel, getting slightly engaged by these Grenadiers. Grenadiers decide to vault over the fence, get themselves into light cover, and they're going to start opening it up with that LMG-42. Considering they are in light cover, they might potentially get the win on this engagement. Kill one of them, but they're going to start chasing them away. Out of light cover, they hit the ground a little bit, and they get sniped. So, 2 snipers over here on the right-hand side. Down to 1 man, needs to get this squad out of there. It's Veteran C2. does hit retreat. Is he gonna make it out of there? It looks like he did. Panzer Grenadiers chase away the snipers, though. Only chase away; they don't actually get any kills. But you know, nice usage of the Panzer Grenadiers. T-70 moves into the center to shoot at the MG42. Pack gun on the field took a shot at that T-70, but didn't really do much. Not sure if that damage was already there, but very small amount of damage, maybe 10%, 20 at most. So it is going to reposition itself to try to get a better shot if the T-70 tries to, you know, do anything again. Does need a slightly higher caliber of tank. A Stug would be very nice. It would be very easy for the Stug to kill that T-70, and a Flak Panzer could also do the job very well. Flak Panzer's shots are very damaging to a T-70, and considering it has a fast-moving turret, the T-70 can't really get away from it. Panzer Schreck from the Panzer Grenadiers goes in, hits the T-70 a little bit, but the T-70 shoots in return, kills the Panzer Grenadier squad in that house. So very unfortunate loss there for only FARTO. He now is basically down to that pack gun. I mean, he does have Panzer Schrecks on, you know, the Grenadiers. Not Panzer Schrecks, Panzer Faust on his Grenadiers, obviously. But the only real AT counter is that AT gun. I mean, he does have the resources for it. I mean, I would suggest the Flak Panzer, considering the amount of infantry, the snipers, and just seeing the T-70. That would have maybe been a good answer against it, but well, not currently producing anything. And we also see that Mondry is okay. Mondry has one. Who's firing over here? This one, MG42. Okay, well, bizarre game, I guess we could say. We could see the effectiveness of the T-70 hitting the field quite fast. It managed to push only FARTO back to his base. He did suffer some losses. I mean, yeah, once the T-70 hit the field, two Grenadier squads were lost in this sector, and the Panzer Grenadiers got lost over here. So I think, I mean, I have to say that this is probably just a rage quit of sorts. I mean, he got demoralized to the point where only FARTO just, you know, threw in the towel. You know, victory point-wise, 366 points still left, so, you know, it's anybody's game. 423 for Mondry. Infantry-wise, yeah, the two snipers were going to be brutal against that, but like I said, I mean, he currently had the resources to produce even a Panzer IV. I mean, I would have suggested the Flak Panzer simply because of the amount of infantry, but again, I mean, it's very likely that some type of armor was on the way for Mondry. So, I mean, a Panzer IV would have been great. There's really not a thing on the field right now that could have easily killed a Panzer IV. I mean, there's what, two 18-8s that can fall on top of it, and you know, a T-70 that can maybe circle strafe it fast enough that it'll eventually do damage. But no, I mean, he went for shock troops, and yeah, I mean, he could have eventually gotten himself the ISU, but we're still talking about FARTO. So I mean, I don't know. I don't think FARTO should have, you know, called it quits at this point, but well, again, like I said, hindsight is 2020. He didn't exactly know what was on the field right now for Mondry and what was coming out, so at this point he said, you know, I can't really win this, I don't want to play this anymore, and, you know, left. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the game. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comments section. If you have any replays you want to send them, I will put the email in the description below so you can send them there. But otherwise, I hope you guys have yourself a great day, and thanks so much for watching. See you next time.